Hi students, welcome to the video lecture 1 on the topic buoyancy, which is taken from module 2. So in today's class, we are going to cover the topics. First one is buoyancy. What do you mean by center of buoyancy? What do you mean by metacenter? What do you mean by metacentric height? Last, stability of the submerged bodies. Now we study one by one. First we will study what do you mean by buoyancy. See, when any body it is immersed in a fluid, an upward force is exerted by the fluid on the body, and this upward force is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the body and is called force of buoyancy or simply buoyancy or buoyant force. All the meaning are same. See, let me explain this buoyancy with the help of this example. So this is the liquid. So this is the body. So when this body is immersed in a fluid, so an upward force is exerted by the fluid on this body. An upward force is exerted by the fluid on this body. And this upward force, it will be equals to the weight of the fluid displaced by the body. This upward force which is going to exert by the fluid on the body, and this upward force is equals to the weight of the fluid displaced by the body. See, when this body it is immersed in a fluid, so this much volume of the body which is immersed in the fluid, so that much volume of the water is going to displace. That much volume of the fluid is going to displace by this volume of the body. So that upward force that will be equals to the weight of the fluid displaced by the body. So now this much portion of the body, if it is immersed in water, then this much volume of the water is going to be displaced by the fluid. This much volume of the fluid is going to displace by this body. So that this upward force that will be equals to the weight of the fluid displaced by the body, then that force is called as the buoyant force. So now next we will study center of buoyancy. So it is defined as the point through which the force of buoyancy is supposed to act. See here. So when the body is in equilibrium, so this point indicates G. So this G indicates the center of gravity of the body and B indicates the center of buoyancy. So this center of buoyancy, it is defined as the point through which the force of buoyancy is supposed to act. So from this point only the force of buoyancy, that is Fb, it is going to act. As this force of buoyancy, it is a vertical force and this will be equals to the weight of the fluid displaced by the body. And this center of buoyancy, this will be the center of gravity of the fluid displaced. See here, don't get confused. This G indicates this center of gravity of the body, whereas this B, that is center of buoyancy, will be the center of gravity of the fluid displaced by the body. So this is, if this is the fluid displaced by the body, then the center of buoyancy will be the center of gravity of the fluid displaced by the body, or the center of buoyancy will be the center of position of the body which is immersed in the fluid. So next we will study what do you mean by metacenter. So it is defined as the point about which a body starts oscillating when the body is tilted by a small angle. Or it is also defined in another way. So let me explain this metacenter with the help of this sketch. So consider a body which is immersed in a liquid or which is floating in a liquid. Let the body is in equilibrium. So when the body is in equilibrium, this point G, that is center of gravity, and point B, center of buoyancy, both lie on the same axis. Center of gravity G, that is center of gravity of the body, which is indicated by G, where B, the center of buoyancy under equilibrium, both lie on the same line. So this, when this body is given a small angular displacement in the clockwise direction, this force of buoyancy B now shift towards right side here. Shift towards B is shifted to B1 here. That means force of buoyancy is shifted here. Let me call that force of buoyancy which has shifted here, it is called as 1. So earlier when the body was under equilibrium, the force of buoyancy, this Fb, the force of buoyancy was used to act at this point, whereas G, the center of gravity of the body, and where W, the weight of the body, is going to act vertically in the downward direction through this point G, which is shown here. So but when the body is given a small angular displacement in the clockwise direction, so this buoyant center of buoyancy now shifted towards B1. That means from this point now the force of buoyancy, that is Fb, means the force of buoyancy is supposed to act through this point now B1. So the line of action of this force of buoyancy will meet this normal axis of the body at some point, say M. This point M is called as the metacenter. This point M is called as the metacenter. See here, this metacenter may also be defined as the point at which the line of action of force of buoyancy will meet the normal axis of the body at some point, say M, when the body is given a small angular displacement. This point M is called, this line of action of the force of buoyancy will meet the normal axis of the body at some point, say M. This point M is called as the metacenter. Now next we will study what do you mean by metacentric height. So this distance mg, the distance mg, that is the distance between metacenter of a floating body and the center of gravity of the body. It is called as the metacentric height. So next we will study what do you mean by stability of the submerged bodies. So now we will study what do you mean by stability. Stability means when the body is given a small disturbance and when the body returns to its original position, or when the body comes back to its original position after a slight disturbance, then that body it is called as the stable body. So in the today's class, and another one thing main before studying this stability of the submerged bodies, then what do you mean by submerged body? Submerged body is a body when the body is completely immersed in the fluid. The body is completely immersed in the fluid. That means that means it should be completely dipped in the water, but it should not settle down. It should be within the liquid, within the fluid. Then that body is called as the submerged body. Stability of the submerged bodies. So here we are going to study what do you mean by stable equilibrium, what is unstable equilibrium, and what is neutral equilibrium. So first we will study stability of a submerged body. What do you mean by stability of the submerged body before studying these three conditions? See, consider a balloon. Let us consider this is a balloon which is completely submerged in the air. So let the lower portion of the balloon, so consider a balloon which is completely submerged in air. Let the lower portion of the balloon contains some heavier material so that the center of gravity of the balloon is lower than the center of buoyancy. So the weight W, where W is the weight of the balloon which is acting. This weight will be always acting through the center of gravity of the body, and this weight will be always acting vertically in the downward direction only. Whereas this force of buoyancy B, it is always acting through the center of buoyancy, and this buoyant force will be always acting vertically in the upward direction only. So for equilibrium of the balloon, this weight W, this will be equals to Fb. That means weight of the balloon, that will be equals to the buoyant force Fb. Suppose if this balloon is given a small angular displacement in the clockwise direction, then this W and Fb both constitute a couple. It's both constitute a couple of the forces, and they are acting in the anti-clockwise direction and brings back the balloon to its original position. See here, this buoyant force is acting in this direction, and G is acting, that is W is acting in this direction. So this both W and Fb, it constitute a couple acting in the anti-clockwise direction. See here. So it brings back the balloon to its original position. So for stable equilibrium, this point B will be always above this point G. Center of buoyancy will be above the center of gravity of the body. Then the body is said to be in the stable equilibrium. So when the body regains its original position after giving a slight disturbance, then that body will be in a stable equilibrium. Now, for unstable equilibrium, the center of buoyancy B will be below the center of gravity of the body. So let the body, if it is in equilibrium, then this both W, that is weight of the balloon W, and this buoyant force Fb, both are acting on the same line. So when this body is given a small angular displacement in the clockwise direction, then both this buoyant force Fb and the weight of the balloon W both constitute a couple, and both these forces constitute a couple and acting in the clockwise direction only, and thus the body does not return to its original position. See here, this W is acting in this direction, this buoyant force is acting in this direction. Both this W and Fb constitute a couple, and they are acting in the clockwise direction only, and the body does not regain its original position. So such a body is called as an unstable equilibrium. So for neutral equilibrium, both B and G, that is center of buoyancy and the center of gravity of the body, are at the same point, then the body is said to be in the neutral equilibrium.